Today I survived 100 days in OneBlock Skyblock. This video was a fun video to make, so I hope you enjoy the video. By the way, this was about 33 hours of recording, so if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would be very nice. I already made a video of 5 days. This is just the continuation. Anyways, let's get to the video, and this is 100 days on OneBlock Skyblock. Starting up from where we left at day 5, I just mined the block until a stray spawned. I was at 1 heart. Yeah, I wasn't good at the game, but at least I can somewhat play. I also moved the animals around, so it's all in one direction. I wanted to fill my island as fast as possible, so I got to work. We are now at day 6. Nothing really happened except I got a lot of mob and a wolf killed one of my sheep. I was gonna suffer without sheep in the rest of the 100 days. I also blocked out my animals after the incident. Also, a monster party spawned. Let me tell you what a monster party is. That is, it spawns mobs based on their phase with armor, so you know I didn't stand a chance. Nothing really stimulating happened, so I cut down a dark oak tree for some wood and expanded my island. Since it's kind of small, I want the island to be 10 times more massive than it is now. Now we have wood, time to expand. I am picking this way to start. I wanted to build an infinite snow generator. Free snow. With all this blocks, I decided to put an outline-like thing for my path so I don't slip off. I used snow carpets to smooth it out. I finished the other side and went to mining the 1 block, and a stray spawned. Sorry guys, I didn't know how to use spears. I also got a pig after a few blocks. I got a polar bear soon after, so I decided to trap it, and it killed me for some reason. I also got a spruce sapling, which will be very useful because you can grow taiga trees. It is now day 8, and I started off by mining the 1 block. A fox spawned, and this very moment made me hate foxes because it killed my chicken, and I love cooked chicken. Bro leaped straight to the void. I also got a goat, and soon after more saplings and a stray spawned. I hate strays because they literally have aimbot. Luckily, they started fighting. I also saw my goat just KYS or KMS. I don't know which one to use. I just forgot about it and started mining the OneBlock. For some protection, I added barrier-like things so that strays stay inside. After that, I just started mining the block, and I also made the barrier a roof so those homeless skeletons can't shoot me. I just started to mine the OneBlock. Now nothing can stop me except strays, but I blocked it so it can't escape. But the mob somehow escaped. There was 2 strays, so I almost died. I kind of forgot about iron all this time, and listen, it continued until like day 80. I realized that it came out from the top because it was open. Maybe the space was small enough for the OneBlock to spawn mobs, so the OneBlock just broke the roof. Now that I have fixed this, we should be ready to mine the OneBlock. I also put a door there. I started day 9 by mining the block, and luckily this time there weren't strays every 60 seconds because they spam that a lot. Just when I started to get bored and quit, a new phase came. I also got an ice block which gives me infinite water, because you can place it down and break it. I thought the chest made the villager sound, but there was an actual wandering trader. I then used his lead to lead my animals to trap them. Just when I started to get bored and quit, a new phase came. It was the underwater ocean phase. I think this is all stuff underwater and fish. I guess I didn't have to say that. I didn't want to mine the blocks until I had all my animals safe in an island, so I got to work immediately. As you guys can see, I've made a path here, and I want to make a huge barn-like thing for the animals. So here's a quick jump cut edit so you don't get bored. At one point, I also decided to make an infinite water source. Now back to the jump cut. After I finished the island, I farmed some snow to build and border around the island, and I wanted to create a barn-like thing. Sorry for the background noise, guys. Now I got an equal amount of area for each barn. I mined the one block and nothing interesting really happened. It was all sand and prismarine, and the previous phase was all snow. I also had a bucket in case a fish came and I want to rescue it. A squid spawned, and I also got my first pieces of gold. After that, I went to get some water so I can save the fish, and then this happened. I failed like the easiest jump. After that, I just rage quitted. Then after crashing out, I decided to build the barn. It wasn't some huge and detailed barn, but it was a barn. I'll cut to me finish the barn. Here's the barn, guys. Oh, wait, that looks like Among Us. Much better. After that, I just started to mine the block, and I got my first diamond. Then some guardians spawned, so I shut the door on them and tried to sleep to handle it the next day, but I can't, because guardians are monsters. I put the bed on the path to my barn and slept. So I tried to kill them, but they had thorns. So every time I hit them, I get hurt too, which sucks. I knew I was gonna die, so I just spammed and died a bunch of times. If there wasn't a barrier, they would surely have fallen into the void. I tried to fish for food, but it takes a lot of time and I am on limited time, so I didn't continue it for long. Also, most of the time it's just trash like leathers. Anyways, I just continued mining the block because there's nothing else to do. But a fish spawned, so I saved it and kept it as my pet, which is going to be fried soon. I just saved it before it died. That was lucky. Anyways, I crafted some buckets to keep with me in case more fish appear. Now I can store them whenever I want. I am also planning on building an aquarium thing for my fish so they can stay safe and not be in my bucket, because I need my buckets to catch more fish. This is my aquarium. I will improve it later because it's not much. Also, I forgot to record for the next couple of minutes, so I'll just explain it for you guys. I just mined the block, and I got a lot of fish, too. I mined some wood for expanding the island. After a while, I thought it was time to build more animal barns, so I made another, but stopped in between to get some animals to bring them to the barn. Now that the farm is complete, all I had to do now was bring the animals, and I brought the only animals I had, which were chickens, pigs, and sheep. Sadly, I can't breed the sheep and pigs because they all pushed each other to the void. Man, I had a lot of animals, but they all died. Now I got the chickens inside, the sheep and pig in. Then, I looked at my snow farm and looked how trash it looked. So I made a stairway up on top of it and made a tree farm, thus covering the snow farm. I also named it Shrek because it just came to my mind. I think it looks pretty good. Now the stairway up to another island, which I'll be using as a tree farm. This is too slow. Let me speed it up a bit. Alright guys, after a whole Minecraft day, I finished this thing, so now I just gotta place the dirt in the saplings. Yeah. Then I got some tadpoles, so I caught them in my bucket and put them in my aquarium. I also got an advancement called Bucket Bucket. I guess that's kind of funny. I also leaked my water source accidentally, so I guess I'm not that pro. And then the worst thing ever happened. Except, of course, fighting a Kitsune user in Blocks Fruits. A monster party spawned, so I ran scared. But I totally forgot that they are all aquatic creatures and they'll die soon. I hope so. I just waited for the guardians to fall down the void. After that, I removed the barrier around the one block so it's more fun. Hey guys, can you please subscribe? Only 1% of my viewers actually subscribe to the video that they watch. Jokes aside, please subscribe, guys, and don't click off the video. I also bred my chickens. I made a lake thing just in case axolotls spawned and if I want to put them here. I also realized that I could get a lot of dirt by turning them into coarse dirt and using a hoe to change them to normal. Yeah, I think that probably works. Yep, it works. After that, I placed some chests behind the snow farm for easy accessibility. Also, the phase ended too. I wonder what's next. From that ending chest, I got a trident and an Elder Guardian spawn egg. I guess we use it to spawn it. Anyway, this next phase wasn't that better either. It was the jungle dungeon, and they are made up of cobblestone. But at least I got some new light blocks. I also eventually got some redstone, so I wanted to test something. Is it possible to move the one block? Well, yes, but not the way I thought. I got a pet parrot too, and I just continued mining the blocks. I also cleared out the tree for some space, because I want the one block to be long and stretchy. I also got a lot of mobs, and I hate these alley things, bro. They are so annoying and hard to kill. It's because I don't even have bows to kill them. Guys, the record files just crashed him. Sorry, it's not intended to do it off camera. But anyways, just a small chest room with an auto smelter. I made half of a mob spawner farm, guys. I also covered some of my one block island with bamboo. I just realized something. We can get unlimited dirt by placing moss under taiga trees. We can get unlimited moss by duplicating with stone. Anyways, I just grinded the farm in hopes of getting a good bow. And then after that, I got another homeless skeleton and I killed it because it was poisoning me and I don't want to get poisoned. I also made a potato farm. That's why I have a lot of potatoes. I baked them using bamboo as a fuel. On day 35, one of the first blocks I broke spawned a witch and it got my panda poisoned. That was already dying soon. After that, I just mined the blocks and noticed that I was low on potatoes, so I decided to farm some using bone meal because I had a lot of bone meal. Only peasants wait for potatoes to grow. Then I put those in the auto smelter and went to mining the one block. Then soon I finished the jungle phase. I was kind of happy because I don't need to fight with gray allays anymore, but the phases now are going to get harder. After the timer ended, I saw that it was the red desert phase, and it's all red sand. But sometimes I get suspicious sand, and I wasn't lucky with that. I got camels and armadillos, which were animals of that phase. Obviously. I had too many animals on my island, so decided to build a separate land for them, and it was pretty small. I should probably also tell you that I finished the lake for my axolotls. This phase spawned a lot of pillagers for some reason. I did not have fun in this phase. Most of the blocks I got in this phase were terracotta and sand, so this phase is boring, is what I thought until this phase gave me a villager. I was so happy that I was doing somersaults in my chair when I got the villager. Well, not really, but you understand. I quickly took the villager to my chest room. I also got a wandering trader, which I don't care about. After that, I made my villager a Fletcher and moved my animals to their island. I then duplicated some of my moss and then started grinding my bamboo. I crafted those into bamboo planks for fuel. After that, I just got jump scared by a gray villager with an axe. They do so much damage. After dying a few times, I was able to clear them out using a bow. I just mined the block for 3 days, and I also made a dark oak outline along with the spruce wood of my mob farm, just to add some quality for some standard. for some breathtakingness. I also just duplicated some moss into dirt by using spruce trees, which will turn moss into podzol. Podzol can be mined for dirt. After 2 days of just doing nothing, I decided to get productive. I made a villager house. Yes, guys, I made a villager house. I can't really do a jump cut without my hair turning white, so just pretend this is the jump cut, guys. This is on day 47. I think we're making good progress. I finished the villager house on day 49, and it ended up looking... After that, I started mining the block, and when I did, a monster party spawned. But luckily, it was pretty easy, so I finished all the mobs. I got some music discs, so I put them in a jukebox I just made, and literally the next block I mine gives me a villager. The first thing I did was bring it to the villager house thing. Secondly, I made the villagers breed. And yes, I did see that behind a wall. And the next second, a baby came. I wanted to make the villager an armor dealer, so I took a blast furnace and slapped it near the villager. I also made another villager a farmer and traded with it. If you're wondering where my armor came from, it's from the mob farm. I spent the entirety of day 52 trading sticks and potatoes and mining for blocks. I continued the same on day 53, but a new phase arrived. It was the nether phase, and I am kind of scared for that because I built everything out of wood. Yeah, guys, it wasn't the best idea. On the previous phase, I got a lot of copper, so I switched to copper tools and weapons. Before mining the block on day 54, I moved the potato farm so that it's in the edge, not the center. I farmed it for some time, and after that, I started trading. These villagers take so long to refresh, like I want to explode. Since I had so many iron armor pieces, I decided to smelt some so I can get a few iron ingots. Yeah, guys, I am living in poverty now. Since I had no iron, I made an iron farm because I had villagers. So I decided to watch a tutorial on shorts. Never mind, not doing that again. I also collected music discs in a very risky-ish way. I opened the mob farm. Don't freak out, guys. Nothing happened. I got 3 music discs in total, which wasn't bad for how easy it was. I also mined the nether block and got a lava bucket. Sure, that'll help with the iron farm that I'm planning to build. Before mining the block with the lava in it, I got a strider too. Not too sure what to do with it. Then I made a cobblestone generator and I just started mining it for 1 minute. Then I almost killed myself in that lava.
Oh my God!
I also put a piston behind the place where the cobblestone forms and moved the cobblestone farm. I just placed the piston so it feels like I'm just using redstone efficiently and makes it feel automated. After that, I prepared to build the iron farm because I wanted to build it. On day 56, I started building the iron farm. I also did a jump cut on this, and it took me way longer than expected, guys. Jump cuts are hard, so please appreciate me by leaving a comment, not even liking or subscribing. I've already begged for those. On day 61, I finished the iron farm. It took me this many days because I was made a massive mistake of building the farm in the wrong direction. Also, carrying the mobs up there was physical pain. This mob farm sadly didn't work because the iron golem gets stuck there. The zombie also keeps dying. Then finally, after 33 hours of Minecraft, or 100 divided 3 hours, I survived 100 days. And also, it's a huge jump from day 61 to day 100. I didn't even get to show you day 6, 7. Basically, what happened was, I just grinded trades with villagers. And I got a full set of diamond armor. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and let me know in the comments if I should make 200 days on OneBlock Skyblock. I think that'll be fun.